Welcome back, Mr. Juara. I hope you are well rested and able to continue with this thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Juara, and should you need anything during this period, kindly let us know.
Okay.
If you need to take a break, also let us know.
Thank you very much.
Before we left, we were talking about, do you later realize that your detention in Janjambure was in fact the subject of a media campaign by Swabu Konate, veteran journalist, to secure your release?
Yes, that's correct. I heard Swebu's support was very strong, and all that they were investigated so that those who are responsible will be punished.
In fact, Mr. Juara, I have a by Mr. Konate, late. It was published on between, 27th August to 2nd September of 1996. And the headline, which carries your picture, states as follows: "When will Wa be set free?" And it has an article inside the magazine which states that, "Be fair and just to Wajuara. Free the man now." Have you ever heard about that article?
I have heard about it, and after my release, after the treatment I had already received, I read it. I remember reading it.
I would bring out certain elements of this article just to show whether these things reflect your recollection of what happened to you during that period, okay?
Right, thank you.
In the first paragraph, it says as follows in the middle: "This is no other than Lamin Wajuara, a victim of detention without charge or trial by the Jammeh government. Indeed, if there is one citizen of this country who has become a victim of persecution, it is this independent member of parliament for Nyamina West." Does that reflect your appreciation of what happened to you at the time? You were being persecuted by the Jammeh government.
Exactly, that's very true. I confirm it.
And the article suggested that the fact of your detention was in fact being hidden. And it reads in one of the paragraphs, fourth paragraph on the second row, it says as follows: "It did not take long after his first release for Juara's tormentors to move again. He was taken away, and this time neither his family nor any authority in power could say where he is being kept or even who is keeping him. This has sometimes resulted in speculation as to whether he was still alive. For the wife and other family members who even went to Janjambure prison to look for him were told by the commissioner that Juara was not there. Find no evidence of him around here." Does that also reflect what happened at the time?
That was true. That was what happened.
So people would come looking for you at Janjambure and they would be told that you were not there.
Exactly.
The paper also postulated a reason for your detention at this time. It suggested that two political parties had emerged, the UDP party and Yaya Jammeh's party. I just want to test your recollection of this.
Yes.
Was there any particular reason, as far as you can recall, which government to have you arrested and detained for a particular period?
Political party that was being formed. And my position on this, I did not hide at all. I sent through some of the people that Sanper, who lives in Brikama and works for the prisons in Janjambure, that it was the UDP that they were against, and they didn't want the UDP to be strong and to say everything that they wanted said around the population, so that there would be a struggle in the long run as to who is going to win and who is going to lead the people's support.
The paper has already denied him the possibility of taking part in the voter registration exercise and to contest the presidential elections, a reason for which some speculated he was being kept out of the way. In fact, it is clear that with him in detention, it is hard to see how he can seek the presidency now, especially since one does not even know if he had succeeded at getting registered as a voter, a condition for qualification to a candidate for the elections. Were you planning on running for president, sir, at that time?
That was very correct. And it was normal, because I was a extended family member of Jawara. We had some supporters in the United States who were prepared to give me support, as strong as satisfy and be part of the struggle for the PPP government. And the speculation is really very, very true. And that's why the government also was doing what it was, took any civilized opposition to do at this stage.
So you believe, therefore, that Jammeh's strategy was to keep you out of the political scene, exactly, in order to make it easier for himself?
Exactly. Exactly. That's what he wanted.
While at Janjambure prison, were you subjected to any form of maltreatment?
I was.
Can you tell the commission about it?
Because the treatment was so bad that I felt so bad at the times. I think that that was an incorrect way of doing things like that. What was happening, the regime had in store of mind is never to give me a test like anybody else in the country. This was what was happening. So the detention sectors, that is the regime, the government that came to power through a coup d'etat was embarrassing on the people. And we stood by what was happening, and the prison's conditions are confirming the dictatorship of the regime. This was what was happening.
Sir, could you confirm that you were beaten, tortured while you were in Janjambure prison?
I was beaten. I was any molestation, in fact, it was more than molestation, happened that time.
Sir, I am sending over to you pictures that were taken of you soon after your release from detention.
Exactly.
Could you confirm that those pictures are your own pictures?
Yes, very true.
Could you confirm that, can you tell us what you see in those pictures?
It's very clear here. I was molested, I was beaten, I was all sorts of treatment. This time of bad treatment.
Can you describe what you see on those pictures, please?
There's wounds and beatings, and you can see seeing these pictures back takes you right down. Where I am so angry that this is the situation that existed, and the honorable citizens can be treated like this. Even animals will not be treated this way. So really, seeing these things today has made me a completely different person.
I am sorry, sir, that we have to show you these things again. I'm sorry that we have to bring back memories of these.
Memories of this has shown to the whole world the dictatorship that we have and the regime that was removed. In fact, we did it so well. I wish Yahya Jammeh is in the Gambia, and today in the hands of the Gambian people. And I wish him to see these photographs and see the treatment that he has done to the Gambian people.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
May we have those pictures again, and may they be showed to the commissioners?
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Acting, serve as acting usher. I am sorry, sir. Do you recall who participated in beating you while you were in Janjanbureh prison?
I think the number one man that was involved was Mamadou Bojang. Mamadou Bojang, that was Commissioner Janjanbureh, and he must have done all these things. I still remember the action done, and that created all this molestation, these wounds, and some of these other things. And I remember he wanted to leave the Gambia and to go to America. And I remember him apologizing, almost crying, saying things that he has done, he thought would never have happened to him. But this was his action, and he takes all the blame. And he apologized because that time he wanted to leave the Gambia and go for once and for all.
What position did Mamadou Bojang hold in government, if any, at the time?
Mamadou Bojang was at one time minister, and he was also, at this very time, he was commissioner, Central River. That is, he was in Janjanbureh.
Did you forgive him when he asked for forgiveness?
When he asked for forgiveness, I told him that I have forgotten. I have forgiven. But God is prime, and God will make sure that wrongdoers are punished. This was my feeling. This is what I have this thing. And remembering Mamadou Bojang that I used to know, I think that the Gambia should change once and for all, and positively for change, and not for any power.
Sir, your CV, your experience clearly shows that you are a man of immense stature. You're doing a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. You have told us the horrible things that Mamadou Bojang and others did to you. You told us you had forgiven him. You still forgive him, I take it.
We still forgive him. This is what Gambians should be. Gambian character is forgiveness. It's for us to forgive, and but I am telling them, no matter what happened, history will be history, and it can be correct. Let those who know the history of the Gambia know those that will be blamed for ever behaving the way they have behaved. And we shall be able to see whether Gambia will be saved from the situation like this. I wouldn't like my children to suffer what I have suffered. But we have done it because we want a better Gambia. And
Imagine, akanala erje. Matim vyo yelelen. Hello? Tim vyo yelelen de. Odi wok mako ubi da pleli. Recording na stop lede. Okay, recording bitakan. Abitakan. Recording bitakan say nga press le. Jima?